Okay, here we go. So as always, we start by learning from others. Remember, we don't have to agree with them. We don't have to believe in Jesus. I'm using the book Jesus Calling. I think it's important to read these different books and then see what we can learn. So I'm reading September 3rd. I'm just picking whatever date it is. Let the dew of my presence refresh your mind and heart. So many things vie for your attention in this complex world of instant communication. The world has changed enormously since I first gave the command to be still and know that I am God. However, this timeless truth is essential for the well-being of your soul. As dew refreshes grass and flowers during the stillness of the night, so my presence revitalizes you as you sit quietly with me. A refreshed, revitalized mind is able to sort out what is important and what is not. In its natural condition, your mind easily gets stuck on trivial matters. Like the spinning wheels of a car trapped in mud, the cogs of your brain spin impotently when you focus on a trivial thing. As soon as you start communicating with me about the matter, your thoughts gain traction and you can move on to more important things. Communicate with me continually, and I will put my thoughts into your mind. Okay, so what did I hear? So I heard that without training, the mind gets stuck in the mud, just starts spinning in the mud. And how do I get away from the mud? So here they're suggesting that if I communicate with God, I can get out of the mud and focus on more important things. So maybe the two groups we talk about are important things and trivial matters. Important things and trivial matters. And what I'm hearing from the text is that our mind has a tendency to get stuck in the trivial matters. And when we're stuck in the mud, it's really hard to get out. So what can bring me out of the mud and into the more important? So here they're talking about communicating with God. It could be as simple as the breath. So my mind is stuck in the mud. If I can move the focus from the mud spinning to my breath, and maybe access some kind of higher power, such as God, and then get guidance to allow the mind to focus on things that matter more. That's what I heard from the text this morning. Okay, so let's play with that idea then. So find your seat, sit up tall, and then start moving your feet. You can use your eyes to look at your feet. You can use your sense of touch to notice the connection between the soles of your feet and the earth. So reminding yourself that you are here on earth and you have a mission. What's your mission? You can also sense the muscles in the calves using, or the way you use the muscles in the calves when you're lifting your heels, lifting your toes. So notice all those small, and maybe you can sense the muscles at the front. And then come to stillness. And then if you want to bring your awareness to your two sitting bones, so one sitting bone is representing trivial matter or the mud. Let's think about the mud. Maybe that's a better image. So wheels spinning in the mud, like thoughts being stuck in the mud. And then in the other side, maybe it's clear water. Maybe thoughts are just flowing in clear water, focusing on important things. So mud and clear water, mud and clear water. So knowing that our thoughts sometimes get stuck in mud and sometimes they just float around in clear water. And then back into stillness. If you want to place your hand on your lower belly, so just below your belly button, and imagine that inside there is my teacher calls it the pit of the belly. Pit of the belly. So imagine, or maybe a seed, I'm not sure, pit of the belly. So imagine how that pit of the belly moves in and up, and the force goes up, growing, evolving, graduate, and eventually graduating. Maybe imagine how you're breathing from the pit of the belly, how the inhale goes up, 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 and then exhale, release. Inhale up, and exhale, maybe some sprinkles. I'm not really sure. Inhale life force or growth, and exhale some stardust, something that sprinkles and sparkles. Inhale up, exhale and release that stardust. And then back to neutral. And for a moment, simply bring your awareness to your breathing. Don't change your breathing in any way. Just notice the inhale and notice the exhale. If you want to, you can bring awareness to your nostrils and feel how the air comes in through the nostril. And then if you want to, you can shift your awareness to another part of your body. So as the inhale comes in, what other part of your body moves? Is it the belly? Is it the rib cage? Maybe shoulders? Maybe your feet are moving when you're breathing? I don't know. What part of your physical body moves when you breathe? It's probably the lungs. Probably the lungs. Can you imagine feeling your lungs expanding on the inhale and releasing on the exhale? So imagine your lungs expanding on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. Now let's play with another image. Now imagine that every single cell in your body is like a small lung. So imagine that every single cell in your body expands on the inhale and releases on the exhale. So every single cell, you could pick your feet or your knees or every single cell in your body. So imagine how that in every single cell on the inhale expands and on the exhale releases. Let's try that a few times. And then release. Place the hands on your knees and then starting the cat-cow motion. So now all those cells, not only can they breathe, they can also move. And they can create toes and feet and knees and arms and bodies, hair, eyes. And we can move. Maybe inhale into your back bend. Exhale, release. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale and release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Blinking, bubbling stars. All the way up, clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows. This time, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe inhale 4 and exhale 6. So making the inhale a little shorter than the exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn and open up the arms and then look behind you. And then maybe think about a time in the past when you remember that your mind got stuck in mud and it was just spinning and spinning in that mud. And you probably just dug that hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until the car was kind of stuck on the ground. So remember a time when you remember that your mind was stuck and just spinning in mud. And then release, lift and release a few times. Roll the shoulders one way and then the other. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars. Play the piano. And then fingers together, fingertips together. Clasp the hands the way that feels funny. Straighten the elbows. Into the nose for 4 and out through the mouth for 6. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. And then reach and reach. And as you're reaching, maybe imagine feeling how your lungs are stretching, and every single cell in your lungs are also stretching, waking up, getting ready to get all that oxygen and eventually distribute it out into your body. Open up your arms, look behind you. And this time, remember a time in the past where your mind was flowing freely in clear water. It was flowing freely in clear water. So remember a time in the past when that happened to you. And then release, lift and release a few times. And then roll the shoulders one way and then the other. Okay, with the place the arms in cactus, starting to twist. So the twisting motion is gaining perspective, widening our perspective, stretching the mind. Imagine something, some it could be like someone has an opinion that you think you don't like. And just for a moment, imagine that they are right. Just for a moment. Just for a moment, imagine that they are right. And just play with that idea. So stretching our minds, and we can come to the conclusion that, okay, I played with the idea, I still think they're wrong. Uh, but allowing ourselves to stretch the mind and just consider that someone else that has a different opinion from me might be right or might have a point. Okay, and then we sometimes we swim with our patterns because it works. And sometimes if it doesn't work, we have to change. Something has to change, and that is hard because now we have to do something that we are not used to. So that is hard. Okay, give the arms a little break. And then letting the elbow and the knee get together. So today we're playing with the mud and clear water. So what happens when the mud and clear water gets together for a quick coffee? What happens? What do they talk about? So the mud is thinking, oh, the mud is a great place to be. And the water is thinking, I think the water is better. Maybe they're both right. I don't know. What happens when the mud and the water gets together for a quick coffee? And then let's stay in conversation. So stay in that difficult conversation. But there's a part of you that's muddy, and there's another part that's clear water. Let those parts stay in conversation a little longer than you want to. And then try the other side. So staying in conversation. Okay, and then all four. So four different parts of you are staying in conversation, trying to see each other's point of view. And when we do that, we stretch the mind, stretching the mind or stretching the perspective. And you don't have to like it. You can kick and scream as we do this practice, or you can sail away in boat posture, or you can just do something completely different. Okay, with the wide and stable stand, we're going to continue exploring these uncomfortable ideas that two sides can be right. Um, so we have mud on one and clear water on the other. So mud and water, mud and water. And I think we all might have heard the story about the lotus flower that starts in the mud under the water and then it grows up and it floats on the water. So the lotus flower needs both the mud and the water, as far as I understand. Okay, so there is more in the world than mud and water. So what else is there in the world? What else does that lotus flower need maybe to grow and to flourish, to thrive, and to share its beauty with its world for a short time, and then it goes back to wherever it came from. Okay, come back to stillness. Bring awareness to your breathing. Maybe notice how your breath comes in through your nostrils. If you want to, you can bring your breath to the back part of your mouth and create that ocean sound, ocean breath. And sometimes just hearing that sound of your breath can help you calm your mind, get out of that spinning mud by giving the mind something else to focus on. Okay, now let's explore mud. Let's explore mud. So pick a color that represents mud for you. Take your fingers, place the fingers in paint, and then draw the image of mud. What does mud look like to you? What is mud? And then release that image. And then move over to the water side. So this time, clear water, clean water. What color does water have to you? So dip your fingers in paint and then draw the image of water. Draw the image of water. And then release that image. And then jump the feet together. And now we're going to use words. So starting with the mud, spread the toes, dip the toes in ink, and then write the story of mud. Write the story of mud. So, and as I'm doing this, my story is actually changing. I thought I had an idea about what the mud is, and now I'm realizing as I'm observing myself that my story about the mud is changing. So that's interesting. Okay, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Pit of the belly goes in and up, in and up. Stay here. Now, if you want to bring awareness to your pit of the belly, on the inhale, Imagine how the life force is growing up and supporting your growth or your evolvement. And then exhale and release and just enjoy that experience. Inhale for growth. Exhale and enjoy. Inhale for growth. Exhale and then enjoy. And just release, drop the head, let the head be super heavy. You can use your elbows to push the knees out wide, tilting the pelvis forward, maybe reaching the head forward to start with to lengthen the spine, open up the hips, and then eventually letting the head drop and come closer to the floor. Maybe allowing the head to swing a little bit from side to side. You can open your mouth, allowing the cheeks to move towards the floor. And then eventually inhale, engage the core, and then come back up to seated. Place the right foot on the left knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. And then gently guide that right knee out wide. So this is seated pigeon. So both of my sitting bones are on the chair. My knee is pretty high. My outer hips are tight, but that's okay. And then I'm just guiding that knee out and down. And pretty quickly, I feel resistance. That's okay. And for me, adding a little movement helps. For some of you, your hips might be much more open. Yeah. So we're all going to have different experiences. Maybe leaning forward. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug and remind yourself how much you love yourself, how much you care for yourself. Whatever you need, whatever you wanted someone else to say to you, maybe when you were a child or yesterday when things were bad, you can tell that to yourself. You can say that to yourself. So whatever you wanted someone else to say, you do it now. You say it. And then eventually finding your way to seated eagle. So arms could be this way or that way or all the way around. You pick your version of seated eagle. Hands are moving away from your forehead. Fingertips are moving up. Breathe. And then this eagle is stuck in the mud. This eagle is stuck in the mud. I'm not really sure how, if the feet are stuck in the mud or if the wings are covered with mud, or maybe it's I don't know, playing in mud. So look at this eagle. So this eagle is in the mud. What does it do? Okay, and then let that eagle fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, let's go to the other side. So spread your toes, dip your toes in ink, and now we're going to write the story of water. Write the story of clean, clear water. So writing the story of water. Step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Pit of the belly goes in and up. Imagine how someone is pulling the crown of your head up and forward to lengthen the spine. We're tilting the pelvis forward so the sitting bones are kind of coming off the floor, off the chair. Shoulders go back, neck is long. And breathe. And then placing the left hand on the floor, the right hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine even more. Exhale, push into your both hands to twist and look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into your hands, look up, twisting, stretching your mind, seeing someone else's point of view. Maybe bring that arm up, reaching for more perspective. And then that top hand comes down, thread the needle, find the opposite ankle, walk the left hand forward, look underneath your armpit, and breathe. Inhale, come back up. Rest. Recover. And then get ready for the other side. Right hand on the floor, left hand on the knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push and look up. Gaining more perspective, trying to see someone else's point of view, even if it hurts or is uncomfortable at least. Top arm comes up, push and reach to stretch your mind. And then that top arm comes down, find the opposite ankle, walk your hand forward, look underneath your armpit. Breathe. And then inhale, come back, rest. Recover. And then we get ready for the next posture, seated pigeon. So both sitting bones are on the ground or on the seat, on the floor, on the chair. And then I'm using my elbow to gently guide that knee out wide. Finding a place of discomfort. And maybe you can use the mud to oil the joint and the water to clean it. Maybe you need both. So how would mud help you and how would water help you? You are allowed to explore both and then make your own conclusion and choice. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. Whatever you wanted someone else to say, whatever you wanted someone else to see, you can do that now. You can do that now. You can say that to yourself. It's okay. It's okay. I see you, I hear you, I forgive you. Whatever you need to hear, you can say it now. And then finding your version to a seated eagle. And this eagle is playing with clean, clear water. So this eagle is playing with clean, clear water. So, what does this eagle look like? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, let's build some strength. So bring the heels a little closer. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the earth and come up to standing. And then I'm going to pick the magic 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Rest. Recover. And then get ready for one more. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the earth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Rest. Recover. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the earth and come up to standing. Okay, 3 big inhales and 1 exhale, breath of joy. Starting out with the arms out wide. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. And let the arms go. Let the arms go. Let the arms go. Bend your knees. Dance around. And then letting the knee and the elbow joint get together. The mud and the water get together for a quick coffee. And then finding the position of power. Position of power. So finding your own power. Place your hands on your solar plexus. So finding your own power, and then spread that with the world. So bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale and share your gifts with the world. Inhale. Exhale and share. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale and share, and then stay open. Stay open. And allow yourself to receive gifts from others. So you just shared your gifts. Now allow yourself to receive gifts from others. And release. Okay, sun salutation. Someone asked last week about the breathing. So basically, we are inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. That's the basic breathing pattern. Okay, so inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale the hands down. And then release the breathing. Okay, let's try that one more time. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. And then stay there. Stay there. Release the breathing pattern. Just breathe normally. Okay, hands on your hips. Without bending the knees, walking forward. Feet together. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, arms to Anjali Mudra. Lift the right heel, step back. Find the earth. Building the foundation. So maybe so building the foundation. And then bring the upper body up, and then eventually the arms for warrior one. Hands in your back pockets. Bring your awareness to your heart space. Allow the heart to lead and the mind to follow. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can bring that back knee forward, maybe place the foot on the chair. From here, you could place the left hand on the right knee, turn, look behind you. Or you could, if you went more, you keep the foot off the chair. That's hard. And then find your way back to Tadasana. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Step the left foot back. Build your foundation. Bring up the walls. And then add the roof. And here you have warrior one. Hands in your back pockets. Heart leads, mind follows. Moving into warrior three. You can stay here if you want to. You can bring that foot forward. Place the hand on the knee. Turn. Maybe get the foot off the chair. Maybe straighten the knee. And then eventually back to Tadasana. Okay, stepping back to warrior two. Inhale to chair. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Stepping back. Open up the pelvic halves. The front knee is bent. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. We can only learn from the past, and we can plan for the future. That's it. Flip the front hand reverse. Plan for the future. Come back to the present moment, and this is where we live. This is where we live. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand down, or maybe to the chair. That left hip moves back and up, back and up. Lengthen the left side of your body. Rebend the front knee. Come back. Like we only live in the present moment. Hands on the chair. Transfer the weight to finding your version of Ardha Chandrasana, using the chair to help. Then the top knee. And you can bring that foot to the left side of the chair for like a standing pigeon, or on the knee. And then back to Tadasana. Okay, other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra, stepping back. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. We can learn from the past, we can plan for the future, but we live in the present moment. Flip the front hand, reverse. Plan for the future. Back to the present moment. This is where we live. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release down. The front hip moves back and up, lengthening this side of your body. Imagine how someone is pulling the crown of your head. Bend that front knee. Hands on the chair. Stop for a moment. And then moving into Ardha Chandrasana on the other side. Bend the top knee. You can place that foot on the right side of the chair for a standing pigeon, or on the knee. Your choice, yogi's choice. Or you can do something completely different. That's allowed too. And then back to Tadasana. Okay, so since we're playing with mud and water and the lotus flower, so imagine that you're standing in mud. We're standing in mud. You're dropping a little seed right in front of you. And the seed moves into the mud. And then the water starts to fill up, maybe up to your knees. The water comes in. Maybe you're standing in the river, and the water comes in and then rises up to your knees, and that's where it stops. And then you're just waiting there, and eventually you can see through the water, and you notice how that seed is starting to grow, and eventually comes up. It breaks the surface, and this beautiful lotus flower is right there on the surface. Who knew? And then, after a flower, I don't know how long they last, not very long. And then eventually it's time for them to go back home. The water disappears. Okay, we drop another seed into the mud. We can see how the seed sinks into the mud. It's all covered. The water comes back. It rises up to your knees, somewhere at your knees, maybe just on top, above your knees. You can look through the clear water, and then you see it starts to grow. It starts to grow, and then it breaks the surface, and this beautiful lotus flower is right there for us to enjoy. And it hangs around there for a while. And then it's time to go back home. Okay, place your hands on the chair, step back for plank posture. You can check that your shoulder is over your hands, and then use your feet to move back and forth a few times. Push your hips back for down dog, and then lift that right knee, leg, bend the knee, and then draw big circles with your knee. Draw a big circle with the knee. And maybe let the knee touch one elbow, and then the other, and then your chin. Okay, lift the left one, bend the knee, draw a big circle. Let the knee get together with the elbow, the other elbow, and then your chin or your nose, and then back to down dog. This time, release the knees down, untuck the toes, and we're going to go straight into child's posture. Or maybe you are that little seed, but that right now is covered by mud, and you're just waiting for the water to come. And here comes the water. It's time to wake up. And maybe you're not becoming a lotus flower, you are becoming a dolphin. Maybe this time you become a dolphin. And then bend the knees and come up to standing. Okay. So let's listen to the words. I'm reading from the book Jesus Calling. Let's listen to the words again. Let the dew of my presence refresh your mind and heart. So many things vie for your attention in this complex world of instant communication. The world has changed enormously since I first gave the command to be still and know that I am God. However, this timeless truth is essential for the well-being of your soul. As dew refreshes grass and flowers during the stillness of the night, so my presence revitalizes you as you sit quietly with me. A refreshed, revitalized mind is able to sort out what is important and what is not. In its natural condition, your mind easily gets stuck on trivial matters. Like the spinning wheels of a car trapped in mud, the cogs of your brain spin impotently when you focus on a trivial thing. As soon as you start communicating with me about the matter, your thoughts gain traction and you can move on to more important things. Communicate with me continually, and I will put my thoughts into your mind. Okay, we have about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So let's do this. Find your seat, sit up tall, bring your awareness to your breathing, and we have about 3 minutes. Here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in, let it go. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. If you want to bow your head in gratitude for this practice thousands of years old, thank your inner guide, past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.